Hi everyone, this is Lynn and I'm back with another new video. So in today's video, I've actually gotten the idea after speaking to one of my friends whom I shared with this, how I found my theme of the year. So after sharing with her, I thought like maybe more people should know about it, and in this video I'll be sharing with you how and why it's important and how you can use it going forward to find your own theme of the year. So just to give a little bit of backstory, I graduated about 2 years ago from university. So I was studying in the United States University of New York at Buffalo. So in short, University at Buffalo at the state of New York City. So in early 2017, I actually went for exchange to UB, and I spent about half a year there. It was one of the best moments of my life. And shortly after, I got a job in my current workplace. So I actually got got a job offer when I was in the US. So once I came back in June 15th, I started work straight away after I came back from my exchange trip. So, the first half of 2017 was like the best time of my life. I was like enjoying all the road trips. I was away from family. I had a lot of like freedom and independence that I would never have in Singapore. So after coming back, I started work straight away, and there's that very vast difference, from 2017 first half of the year and 2017 second half of the year. So for the first half of the year, it was really awesome, very amazing. Traveled, spent lots of time with my friends. We stayed together in a house, and I did so many like fun and exciting activities with them. And then when I came back, it was a bit different. I was settling down at home, trying to get used to working full time, and I was just, after like 2017 second half of the year ended, I actually realized that my second half of the year just passed by like without me knowing, and I didn't think that I was doing a lot. So basically, the first half of the year I kept a record of everything that went by, but in the second half of the year it felt really empty, in the sense that like, okay, I'm just working 9 to 6. I didn't go for a holiday because I just came back from an exchange trip. So that kind of sparked the idea of setting the theme for 2018, because that time it was 2017. So I was telling myself, hey, I can't just let my year pass by so quickly without me knowing what I'm doing. So that gave me the idea to set a theme for the year and to see what I wanted to focus on. So because 2017 I graduated, 2018 I was still in the uni student life mode, where after work I still went for dance, I still have a lot of activities going on. So I told myself, okay, you just came back from an exchange trip and you started work straight away. So I told myself that I'll give myself 1 year to have all the fun, to enjoy all I can. So if it's dance, I would be taking on as many like opportunities in dance as possible, and that actually gave me the opportunity to become a magician's assistant. And I just told myself, like, if there was anything, I'll just go for it, like dance or like school related as an alumni. So I did that, and 2017 it was my year of oh no, okay, yeah. 2018 it was going to be my year to enjoy and have all the fun that I want. So that was the theme that I set for the year, and true enough, I really got to enjoy and really have all the fun that I wanted. It was to the point where I had like about, the maximum was like 6 times dance in 1 week, which is quite insane. Like there was a week where I went for dance every day. after work and on weekends. It was really tiring, but it was very fulfilling because I got to join the competitions that I wanted. I got to do the cover dances that I wanted to do, and I really just explored and did wherever I wanted. So that was what I set for that year, 2018. In that sense, it made me feel very fulfilled because I knew that I gave myself that time to enjoy and have fun. So in the next years, I will be able to focus on work better. So that was 2018, and then 2019 was my year of exploration, which is this year. So year of exploration, I told myself that if there's any opportunities that came by, I would just not have like those judgments towards it and just to go for it. I gave myself that because after one whole year of fun, of enjoyment, I actually realized that I wasn't really growing in work, so I was a bit lacking in that sense. So I told myself like, okay, next year I'm going to give. Okay, in 2018 I told myself like, okay, in 2019 you have to explore and find out what you really want to do, because in 2018 I was still very focused on dance and still living like a university student, and my mentality was still like just to have fun, to enjoy, do not care about like my career progression and all those kind of things. So that was also because that I did not know what I want in life. I don't know what I want to achieve. I'm in this job, but I feel like I don't have a bigger goal that I'm setting for myself, which is why I told myself, okay, in 2019, which is this year, I will give myself time to explore all I want and to really find out like what I like and what I want to do going forward. So for me, it really served me very well this year. I went for MMI, Millionaire Mind Intensive, in March, and I was very, very skeptical about it initially, but because I went with an open mind due to, the theme that I set for the year, it's a year of exploration. So I went for it. I was skeptical, but I still went for it, and wow, it really gave me a lot of opportunity. I signed on for QL after that, Quantum Leap, and I went on for a few personal development courses. Also, at the start of the year, I started with something new. It was called Grateful Daily. So through doing that also, it really opened up my mind. I was so much happier. I was thankful for all the things that is around me. I'm grateful for all the things that happen, and it really just opened up to a lot of like new opportunities, and I was able to really just go for it and not to think too much about it. So this year I got the opportunity to go for the personal development courses. I also went on to Halloween Horror Nights, something that I would never have done, and I went out. I made plans to really like meet people whom in the past I would probably not do, and through all these kind of like events and meetups with people, I actually learned so much more, and I'm very grateful for that. And this is how the theme for the year has really served me. And going forward, now that I've explored all I wanted, my theme for next year, I thought that okay, it's time for me to settle down. I should know what I like and want to do already after this year's exploration, and then I would go on to next year, 2020, with the mindset of the year of focus. So I've already signed up for quite a few things. Like I want to become a mentor for GBO, which is how I started doing all these videos, to like challenge myself and all. Then I will also be focusing on like my topic of influence, which is on the topic of happiness. And then I'll be focusing a bit more in my work, my role as a marketing and communications officer. So there are a few things that I came to learn more about and I want to focus more. So that is my theme for next year. So this is my story of how I came about like setting my themes for the year. It started out in 2017 where I just graduated and then got into the workforce. Even though it was just like half a year, but time flew by so fast that I just didn't have time to enjoy the rest of the year. The first half of the year was like I was enjoying so much. I know what I wanted to do. I was with my friends, I have a lot of freedom. But in the second half of the year, because I did not set a theme or like a bigger goal I want to achieve, I just went into work and just time flew by. Like my time, I literally don't know what I did. I can't remember what happened in the second half of the year. That is why I started to set the theme since 2018, and this is what I think would be very helpful for people who thinks that like their year flew by. Every year when I was in my early, like even before I turned 20, I have a few university friends who are much older than me, like maybe 5 years older, and they were in their early 20s, and they told me that once you hit your 20s, time flies. And that really made sense to me, because in the first few years it really just flew by faster and faster. Like 22 years old, I was like, it flew by in half the time of like 21 years old, that kind of thing. So when I really like sat down and set the theme of the year, I came to realize that okay, hey, now I have a theme for the year and something that I want to achieve. My time actually didn't fly by now. I know what I wanted to achieve and how I wanted to do so, because I really like make plans for the year. My calendar is fully packed with schedule, but that made me appreciate the year better. I know what exactly happened. Like I know that now, okay, 2018 was a year where I had a lot of fun. I just enjoyed and did all the things that I wanted to do. 2019 is a year of exploration where I just went for all opportunities that came knocking my way. I just went for it. So this kind of thing made me remember the year much better, and it for this year especially, not that I did Grateful Daily, it is where I write out what I'm grateful for or thankful for every day. It really made me like appreciate every single day, and it really, like, now time didn't fly by in that sense. Like I see the value in each day. I'm thankful for each day. I appreciate everything that happened in a day. So now that in 2019 it's like 10 months already, but my whole 10 months I felt that it was very eventful, it was very fulfilling, it was packed with a lot of like opportunities and activities that I can remember, because I set the year with a theme. So I think it would be very useful for people who thinks that okay, hey, like my past few years, like I'm just focusing on work or like family, and I want more for myself. So I think setting a theme for the year is very helpful and useful. And how you can do so is, for me, some considerations, like I really sit down and like think through what I want to achieve. So I think the first question you can ask yourself is, what do you want to achieve for the next year? So for me, in this year I have explored a lot of things. So for my next year, I know that okay, next year I want to really like focus and to be more specialized in the things that I'm interested in doing. So knowing what you want to achieve would be able to help you set your goal. And then what do you want to focus on? After I know what I want to achieve, then I know like I want to focus on mentoring, I want to focus on my current work, I want to focus on like family and all these kind of things, on my topic of influence. So knowing what you want to focus on is also important. And then very importantly is why. Find your why. Why do you want to achieve, and why do you want to focus on those things? So I think this three is very important. What do you want to achieve, what do you want to focus on, and why do you want to do so? So for me, in 2018, what do I want to achieve? I wanted to have all the fun that I want, because I just want to enjoy my freedom a bit more before I go into like my next phase in life of working and to build my career. And then what I want to focus on in 2018 was to have fun, to enjoy, to dance. And then why I want to do so is because I just wanted to give myself a bit more time to be young and enjoy life. So that was for 2018. 2019, year of exploration. What do I want to achieve? I wanted to find out, because I was lost, I was very lost, I don't know what I wanted to do. So what I want to achieve was to get more clarity. So I just gave myself time to really explore everything that's out there. If there's opportunities knocking my way, I would just go for it. And then what I wanted to focus on exploring, of course. And why do I want to do that is because I was lost, right? So in 2020, which is next year, I wanted to be better at what I'm doing currently, because now it's about exploring. I have my focus is like everywhere. I have nothing to focus on. So I really want to, now that I've enrolled into several like personal development courses, I really wanted to focus on studying those materials from those courses. So that's the thing that I wanted to achieve. And then I want to focus on those courses, the materials, my topic of influence, and the things that matter more. So now I'm like taking my vision from like wide, I wanted to narrow it down and to really like focus. And why? Because I think that I shouldn't spend so much time exploring, because there's always lots of like shiny objects out there that I want. So every time I see a new shiny object, I want to chase after it. But if I keep doing that, I'll just be chasing after shiny objects after shiny objects. So now that I know my topic of influence and what I really like and want to focus on doing, next year I want to focus on those items and then see how it goes. I think I'll be able to get better clarity. I'll be able to focus on the things that matter and to get better in my topic of influence. And then for 2021, I'll see where I am then, and then to set the goal for 2022. So I think it's now that we're nearing the end of the year, it's good that we set goals for the next year. Like every year nearing like December, a lot of us set goals like what we want to achieve and all this, but a lot of people, they end up not achieving. So for example, they want a fitter body, or like they want to eat healthier. I think if you don't set a theme for the year, you might get lost very easily. Like you're not accountable to yourself, then you just get lost in everything that's happening mid-year. So for me, if I set my year to explore, then I really will just go explore everything that's out there. If my focus of the year is to my theme of the year is to focus, then of course I will really like focus on the things that I want to focus on. Now I just finished the book Little Voice Mastery, and then I know it's very important to be accountable to myself. So next year I'll be focusing, other than my topic of influence, I'll also be wanting to focus on like my health, my finances, and all those kind of things. So once I know next year I go into the year of focus, I'll really need to be responsible and accountable for all the things that I want to do. And then it will be at the back of my mind, like, hey, this is your year of focus, you really got to like do things. And because that whole year, the theme for the whole year is that it really gets you into the habit. So like, it gets you into the habit, then moving on to the next year, you can just build on top of that. Yeah. So I hope you've learned something from my video today. And just to give a brief recap, how you can find your theme of the year is: what do you want to achieve, what do you want to focus on, and find your why. It's very important. I hope you've learned something from this video, and please do like, subscribe to my channel, and do provide any comments on how I can do better. So I'll see you in my next video. Bye bye.